EfilDay video number 7, I think. I had a subject sort of, but I ended up reading some of these comments and they just sort of pissed me off on the last video. That infomy guy. I'll just read some of this, but I mean, there's nothing else to do. I mean, he just writes a whole bunch of crap, but I mean, this one part is idiotic. How can you say that we've figured out all the fundamental concepts needed to be known about the universe, then make a hypothetical about superintelligence? Most of the superior attributes you mentioned were formed from creativity. Well, whatever. Creativity is just error modeling, right? I mean, it's just, we're attempting to model. We're attempting to discover. Almost like Da Vinci seeing the guy in the marble. You know, it's like we're trying to just find the thing that's in there and bring it out, extract it from the mush and the bullshit. We're not creating. If I describe the mechanism, describe how it works, I'm not creating the mechanism, I'm describing the mechanism. It's not a creative process as much as it is a process of just defining, labeling, describing. It's not subject to making it up. It's toxic to that process. Creating is toxic to that process. You're not making something new. You're confining yourself to what is. So that's just bullshit. And superintelligence would have knowledge of the fact that the game is played with sentient feeling organisms. So again, if you played chess with pieces that were real animals, and when they got captured, they suffered real sufferings, a superintelligence could figure out, well, maybe you ought to play a different game because that one ain't working. Because all the pieces die, they all die badly, and you're playing for no prize, and so there's no point. Yeah, and that's the process I'm talking about. Okay, a superintelligence isn't going to look at tic-tac-toe and say, oh yeah, I see the human fingerprint on it, and that's all that matters. Ooh, a human rubbed up against it once. Ooh, it's magical now. It's got magical human goo on it. No, it's going to say it's a game that nobody can win. If you have any kind of brain at all, it's for really dumb animals to play. And so, yeah, forget about it. Can't do it unless you want to be an idiot. So that's what a superintelligence is going to say. It's going to say, don't play this game unless you're a frickin' moron. Yeah, so fuck you. Alright, the subject was babies, I think, of some kind. Oh, yeah, buying them at the store. So if we didn't have to do this, if we didn't have a biological connection, a DNA molecule, or let's even say we did, but we went somewhere else to have a baby manufactured. But no, let's just say we didn't have a DNA molecule. We individually didn't carry genetic code. You went to a store and just bought babies. You just picked one out. You just punched in some numbers and said, I want a little white baby, and I want a little drool this much, and I want to have round, chubby cheeks, and, a snotty little nose, and a smelly little anus. And you just push your little buttons and your little fucking poop monster pops out of the slot on the vending machine. Would you regulate these machines? Would you let any fucktard walk up there and just punch in any old fucking bullshit and pop out any kind of creepy little monster? I don't think so. I think you'd put some sort of restraints on this process. So again, we're just back to what would an intelligence say if you're going to just let biology dictate the product of your society, the composure of your society, the character of your society. That's stupid. That's what an intelligence would say. That's just fucking dumb. That's like making nuclear power plants and caring more about the facade of the building than the structure of the reactor. It's just turned upside down, back assward stupid. And that's the truth of it. And so if this process happened through some other mechanism, I think people would be able to generate a little more cynicism about what's going on. A little more get realness would take place in terms of requiring there to be some sort of purpose and having some restraint on silly, reckless assholery. Yeah. And then again, if you broke that little tiny connection, just that little connection, okay, that I have a great DNA, I have a legacy of assholes, and we want to continue our assholes, into the future kind of bullshit, this ego shit. Take that out of the equation, maybe a lot of these parents drop off the list. Maybe they don't want a baby no more if it ain't going to look like them, or if they don't think it's going to look like them, or they don't think it's going to be whatever, connected to their brilliant heritage, have their nose, or some other kind of crap. I mean, it's almost like, I can just feel my brain, rocking on its foundations when I say, oh, you mean I have to actually have this conversation with people how this ego shit is no way to decide the fate of a human being? You don't sit there and play games based on this kind of bullshit excuse for having kids because you wanted to have a certain nose. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's just, ugh. Ugh. Yeah, ugh. It's just disgusting to have to go this low. This is worse than baby talk. If you have to first explain to people that this personal ego gratification crap is no excuse whatsoever for any kid to ever be born. I mean, that's just outrageously stupid, ignorant, dumb, primitive, moronic. Not good enough. That's what it is. It's outrageously not good enough an excuse. Yeah, so that's probably enough. There. Now, this is a truly short video for a change. Well, short by my standards. Yeah, I don't want to beat the subject of this. Then I can't go anywhere. All I can say is you people are just so fucking stupid. It is fucking stupid to have this conversation. To even have to, I shouldn't have to do this. I should not have to say this. That this is serious business and you assholes are taking it way too lightly and being preposterously trivial to boot. I'm just trying to come up with some kind of way to metaphor this, but you can't come up with anything that's not totally inane. It's like, you might as well go back to the Colosseum or go back to some primitive time where you assholes glorified nonsense, where you celebrated waste for the glory of mankind. God, I'm just watching a freaking moth. You're in the wrong house, buddy. Take him out. Yeah, he should be hanging around here. Probably only got a 10-day lifespan anyway. It's taking little bugs. Creepy little monsters. Anyway, life on Earth. Yuck. Oh yeah, that's enough. So me and Moth will catch you next time. Yeah, I'm not gonna. There's no point in beating it to death. It's just, it pains me too much. It's too painful. Yeah, it's just too painful to have infantile conversation with the human race. It's just infantile to have to explain to people that forcing somebody into existence so they can have your fucking nose is just fucking outrageously stupid.